Well, Ian, a disappointing result today. Big local derby, Whitehawk, 4-2 loss. What's your take on today's game?
Individual errors cost us. Felt we played okay at times in possession. Thought we was probably as good as we've been all season. We've created chances. I think the par on post 4 times. But you can't give goals away like we have. The goal in half time's killed us. You know, we get back at 2-1 in front and we give away a really cheap free kick. And someone's got a job to do near post space, and because we haven't done that, and the balls, they've been up scoring from it. Just stuff that that can be avoided. So like the negatives of it, of course, you can't concede 4 goals at home again. It's really poor. I think obviously they set up once they got the equaliser, they played the break a little bit, and we've got sucked into that a little bit. But the players kept going, but we kind of decided to get the ball in there and keep the ball out in there, and that's. Football never changes about scoring goals and not conceding, and at the moment we're conceding far too many, not scoring enough. But we're, I just feel today when I will have a look back at it, and I just think that we've contributed to their goals. I mean, I think our like every goal they've scored, I think we've had a hand in, and that's individual errors, and that's obviously really disappointing. And when you're down there, that happens, and that's something we've got to go. It's something I've got to get the confidence back on the training pitch to bring onto a match day. I don't think for 1 minute the players don't give us everything. I think they give us everything today. I think they give us everything. I just think that we've come a bit short. And I honestly believe at the moment that we've got players who are playing with a bit of fear, and I've got to get it out of them. Because I do see enough to. They've got the ability. So what we must do, I must make sure that they're working harder. Because I may be a couple, and if you're a couple short, they ain't working as hard as they should be. It affects the whole team. And it's something I look at, and if I feel that I have to change a couple and get a couple out, I will do. I've got no problem with doing that. People have been given chances, and sometimes in football it's your players who have got the most talent who are a little bit lazy, and they let the rest of the team down out of possession, and that happens sometimes. And if that's the case, once I look at it, I'll look at it again at night. People will go, and I'm not worried about that. I've been here, I say, a long time, and I've had a lot of new players, a lot of players come through the club, and without doubt, just what I see in the training ground, I've been around football a long time. There's a lot of ability, but I've had players who played in this club in the past who didn't have as much ability but worked harder. And if I have to go back to not to them but to that type of player, I will. And it won't faze me doing it, because people can be 6 league games now, and we've only got 2 points from 6. And I think it was a real winnable game today after starting a bit nervous, getting our heads in front by playing with a little bit of energy, and then we give a goal away, and in the second half, listen, it was a good second half. We took 4 goals away from individual errors, but then we've had a real go. I say we've hit the bar post and whatever it may be, but even that, I question the desire to put the ball in the net. How bad do you want to do that? So we reevaluate tonight and see where we are. But I assure you, I ain't laying down with it and curling up and worrying about it. We'll get it right. I will get it right, because I feel 6 games is sufficient for some people. They've been given a chance.
We always try and look at the positives,
yeah.
Chappers. Today you had Aaron up front, very lively up there. His first start. Yeah. How pleased were you with his performance up top? Oh, sorry, Andre. My apologies.
Yeah, no, Andre's worked his socks off. I thought him and Popey. Be fair to Popey, he got a bit tired, come off. But they both scored, which is really good for us. Both the strikers scoring. For AJ, had times out wide, he done well. Just thought he tired a little bit. That's why he come off. But I just, it's we're right through it. It's a frustration at the moment, because I do feel people are doing all right individually in bits and pieces, but collectively, it's not all there. It's not, obviously, when you're conceding goals like we are, and in the manner we're conceding them. I can't. We put everything up on the board before the game, where you've got to be set pieces forward against and all that. And if people ain't taking it in and they're doing their own thing, you can struggle. And I feel at the moment people are looking around rather than doing what their jobs as such. And that's my disappointment, really. You
said earlier that we struck some woodwork. I think we hit the post 3 times. The bar was struck twice. Oh. So there are some positives with going forward. We've only scored up to today a couple of goals, and we've scored 2 in today's performance. So there are some positives moving forward. The fact that we are looking a little bit, more positive in front of goal. But as you said, we've still got to put the ball in the back of the net, haven't we?
Yeah, listen, football's it's about confidence. It's always the same. I don't think I've got a group of players here who ain't good enough. I don't think that for 1 minute, because as I say, I reiterate, I've been around the game a long time, you know, and I do know a footballer. So it ain't the ability-wise of it, but you've got to, you know, we must work harder. And it's not, we have scored more goals. We've got 2 goals, but we've also conceded 4 again. You know, and it's at the moment I feel we're in possession of the ball and we're attacking. I don't think we switch on enough. I don't think we anticipate nowhere near enough. Now, again, I've just watched the game, so I've not seen it after. But are people not fit enough, or are they switching off when we're in possession as well as out of possession? You know, all the little bits I've got to get to. So, you know, at the moment, I say it's just happened. So it's I felt it was a winnable game today, and I felt even the way the game went, it was a. Probably they felt they should have won. I felt we should have got at least a draw. That's my honest opinion of it. You know, at least a draw, probably with the chance you said we'll bet 5 times. But I don't think we should leave teams a doubt. I think it should, you know, them sort of games I feel we should dominate and get the result. Once we've got 2-1 in front, I think that should have been it. We shut up shop there and nice and solid, and we don't seem to do that. And as I say, it's an occurring problem that's reoccurring now, and it's down to me, no one else. And you know, I'm going to work really hard to try and sort it out, because it's, you know, I want to work here and I want to take this club forward as we keep talking about, and it's got to be done the right way, and it will be done my way.
Yeah. We spoke before the game, and I said I was going to ask you the question. Unfortunately, the club's been made aware that Stuart Tuck has stepped down from his position as your assistant. Can you tell us more about that?
Tucky just felt he'd had enough. You know, Tucky's been here with me practically from the start. I think today's game probably summed it up a little bit. I think that's what he got fed up with. You know, the inconsistencies of the players, that they're not listening. You know, and this is the same one I just said to you about. I'm really serious about it. I really have got to look at it. You know, at a football club, it's the same always happens, right? And you're always going to be. I never feel pressure because it's football. If the chairman just actually that's part of it. The chairman wants me to do this job, and I'll do it. And I've now got to a point of it where, obviously, what I'm doing ain't right the way through. You know, we've tried to build back up the youth. We've got some young lads who are going to do well for us. That's fine, but it's about getting results and building it while you're doing it. And we ain't doing it at the moment. So I'll do everything I can to turn it around. That's fact. You know, I don't care about that. And Tucky's felt that the players weren't listening, and that he had enough. And obviously he's chose to step down, which that's his choice. And Tucky's the most honest man in football. He wouldn't be, you know, he is as he is. I'm now in a position where I'm looking at things, and it is me or them at times. Some, you know, not everyone, because I think the players want to play for us. But if I don't get what I want, football's always the same. Someone has to go. It'll be me or them. And obviously at the moment, I'll do the key, all the aces. So I'll make choices to, you know, that side of it. And I think that's really why with Tucky, why he went. And I think that summed it up today, why he went.
Yeah. We're away on Tuesday to Faversham, and then we're back home again the following Saturday in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
A lot of the fans are saying a bit frustrated that we've drawn a club that we know so well in Folkestone.
Yeah.
Is that a game that you're really looking forward to?
Yeah, yes, I'm not even thought about it, to be fair. Just we've got the game Tuesday. We're it'd be good Tuesday because I do need to look at some things. I've got some lads who are sitting on the bench who've been waiting to get a go, and obviously things ain't been great, so they'll be champing at the bit to hopefully turn my head to go, look, I'm ready to play in the first team regularly. So they get a game on Tuesday, and then obviously it's a massive game Saturday against Neil at Folkestone, who we know very well. They're a terrific team. They've come through with us. They've managed to establish themselves in this level of football a lot better. They're a lot better equipped than we are at this particular time. Always a hard game, but always a game I look forward to. And so we've got them, I think, in that, and then we've got the following week in the league.
Yeah, we have.
So it'll be you know, hopefully we get ourselves up and running against them. We've had some good games against them in the past, and you know, we approach that obviously after the Faversham away game in the Cup.
Lovely. Thanks for your time. Cheers,
mate.
Travis.
Thanks, mate.